Hi, I'm Marie from CrochetAtoZ and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make this real fun project. It only takes one day to make and they're really nice. You can give them away as gifts, you can sell them, you can make them for yourself, you can make them in all kinds of yarn, and this is fingerless gloves. They're great. This is a beginner level skill. And I got this particular pattern from Lion Brand themselves. They suggested, with their pattern, you may use wool, 100% wool. I decided I wanted to do something different. I wanted to make them 100% acrylic because not everybody likes wool. So I went in that direction and I said, well, let's see how they look. And I really do love this yarn because it's got a little hint of a little bit of everything. It's got the ruby color, it's got a little bit of gray, a little bit of black. It goes lighter red, almost like a pink. So it's really, really pretty. And what I used is red hot yarn, and this is called Gemstone. And there's a lot of yarn on this. I was able to make 2 fingerless gloves. I'm probably going to make a matching hat to go with it. And when I do, I'm going to show you how to make the hat that will actually be easy to make in a set for the gloves. And make sure that if you're going to, use more than one skein of yarn, that you want to check the dye lots. This is a ruby, it's called Ruby, and it tells you everything on here. And I did use a K-hook, and this is a bulky 5. So I wanted to show you, and it is machine washable, and it's 100% acrylic. So let's get started. So what I did was I chained, and that's what they suggest, to chain 25. This is your working chain. These are your chains for those of you who have never crocheted before. And this is your slip knot. And I just want to mention, this is the front of your chains, this is the back, and if you ever hear back bumps, that's what those are. A lot of people like to start their projects, some of their projects, working in that back bump. So if you ever hear that, that's what that is. So again, I'm using a K-hook, and let's get started with this project. So I chained 25 as suggested in the pattern, and then what I did was I did a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then in the next chain you're going to do a double crochet, and the next you're going to do a single crochet, and in the next you're going to do a double crochet, and you're going to follow this pattern right across. So you're going to do a single and a double and a single and a double, and now I did a double, so I'm going to do a single next, and I'm going to do my double, and we'll do this right across. And if you want to speed the video up and meet me at the end, that's fine. If you're following me and you're making this with me, that's fine too. And this is what we're going to do, like I said, right across. Now, I also want to mention that you can make these as long as you want. So as long as you want, in regards to how long, if you want to make them longer than 25 chains because you want them to go way up your arm, or you want to wrinkle them within your arm, let's say you just want to make them long enough and then give them a little, gather them a little bit, you can do that as well, because this particular pattern calls for a longer length. I am making these the shorter length. So that's what we're doing here. So I wanted to mention that as well. And what I did was I did 22 rows of following this pattern. So you start with the single crochet, then you do a double crochet, And I want to mention that every row when you finish, you're going to finish with a double crochet, and every row that you begin, you're going to begin with a single crochet. So when you get into your second row and every row thereafter, above your single crochets, you will do a double crochet, and above your double crochets, you will do a single crochet. And I'll show you that when we get there. So we're going to do this right across. Here's your single crochet right there. And at the very end, like I said, you will always end your row with the double crochet. So you're going to chain one. You're always going to chain one when you go to your next row, and you're going to turn your work. That chain one counts as nothing. You're going to go in this first spot where your double crochet was, and you're going to do a single crochet. And now you're going to go right across and do your single crochet and your double crochet right to the end. Just wanted to move that paper. And I'm going slow because if you're following me or you want to write notes down in your nice little journal, you can write it all down. And then if you want to do this on the weekend, say, oh, I think I'm going to make those fingerless gloves this weekend. Let me pull out my journal and let me see what my notes say, and I'll watch the video and I'll look at my notes, and I can just go and do that. So this is going to be, like I said, single and double crochet right across. And it really does make for a beautiful stitch pattern. And I'm going to show you that pattern. Right across. And it makes, like I said, a beautiful stitch pattern right across. And single crochet. And as I said, when you get to the very, very end, you're going to end with a double crochet. And you will always end with a double crochet. This is your single crochet. There's your double. I just want to reiterate that. So you're going to end with your double crochet. And you're going to always begin your next row with your chain one. You're always going to turn your work around, and in that chain one counts as nothing, and you're going to go into that first double crochet, and you're going to make a single crochet. Then you're going to work again just like you did in the last two stitches, and that was your double. Above your single crochet, you're going to make a double crochet. Above your double crochet, you're going to make a single crochet, and you're going to do this right across until you get to the very end of this. And like I said, what I did is I did 20 rows. Now that is up to your 22 rows. I'm sorry. That's up to your comfort level. I tried 20. I didn't like it. So I went to 22 because that was my comfort level. Or if you feel as though you want to make a comfort level, if you're giving them to someone, then you figure out what you think is your comfort level. I did 22 again, and that's what I did for my rows, and that's what I did right to the end until I got. Now, I want to mention something about this pattern. This pattern is so pretty, and you choose whatever yarn you want. If you want to use the wool, that's fine. But this pattern is so, so pretty that if you wanted to make these fingerless gloves, a hat, and a scarf to go with it, this pattern is so pretty. And I actually, after working this, I remember using this particular stitch to make scarves. So you could actually make really nice scarf, hat, and glove set with this stitch. And I'm actually going to do a tutorial on the hat for this particular. I want to just pull this yarn because see how it gets, sometimes it gets hard and it's knotted up. So I wanted to show you that. So don't get nervous if that happens. You just have to pull it out because it's a bulky yarn. Sometimes the bulkier yarn will do that. So like I said, you're going to go right across and you're just going to continue this to the very end. And this is what it looks like. It's such a pretty, 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 pretty stitch. And now I'm at the end. I'm doing my single crochet. And right at the end here, I'm doing my double. And again, I'm going to chain one, counts as nothing. Turn your work around. In that very first, you're going to make your single crochet and then your double crochet. And you're going to keep doing this until you get to your desired, whether you want them as wide as you want them, which I'm trying to say. So that's up to you. And you decide how you want to make these. I like these a certain length, and I liked them so that I could wear them. And I wanted them a certain way on my hand, too. I wanted them like right here, and I wanted them long enough so they go under my coat, but not so long that would be hard for my coat too. And I got my watch on so you can see that. But so that's the way I made them. They were comfortable for me. That's up to you. And so you have a little hole here to put your thumb in. So now I'm going to show you how we do that. And I want to show you the pattern, isn't it? It's just so pretty. It's a pretty pattern. And I really loved this yarn. So again, it is a nice yarn. And I want to just remind you that it's a red heart. And this was called Gemstones. But you can make this, if you wanted to make this in a yarn, one color yarn, that's fine. Whatever one and if you want to make it in a wool, that's fine too. So that's totally up to you. So now what you do is you're going to leave a long enough tail for this. So you want to leave it long enough so that you can sew across. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half and you're going to start, and you want to make sure that these are together, and you're going to start putting your needle in there and pulling it through so that you make a long enough so that you're able to finish this till the end. And if you have yarn left over, that's fine too. That's not a problem. And you're just going to go, and this is going to be your wrong side. So you're going to put these to the right side when you're done. And you're going to go right across and you're going to stitch this. So you're going to need, your needle, and you're going to need a scissors when you're doing this project. And you're going to do this right across. And I want to show you. And you pick up your yarn and you just go right across. See, I'm going to show you. This is great for a beginner. This is great for somebody that wants to make a lot of them. This is great for somebody that wants to make them and donate them somewhere for people that, are out in the cold element. A lot of, people are out there and they don't have the things they need to keep them warm through the winter. So this is a nice project because, I don't know, sometimes, the gloves are great, but sometimes you need that ability to be able to handle things. So this is the fingerless gloves are nice when you don't want to wear a full glove because you want to eat, you want to use, you might be in a car and you have to use a computer or your phone because of work situation. And you want to keep your hands warm. And this is a perfect thing to make. You can make these for men. You can make them for women. They have nice ones. I've actually made these especially for people that are out there in construction. I've made them in orange. I've made them in yellow. Just put that out there. And it keeps their hands warm. But yet it gives them mobility to be able to do what they need to do. So fingerless gloves are for everybody. I just want to mention that because they're for everybody in all walks of life. You might need, you might want to make them for your postman that goes out there and he's delivering mail, but it's too much to wear a glove, but a fingerless glove is perfect. You make them in gray, you make them in black, you make them in blue for the mailman, or anybody that's out there in the elements. So it's really, really, really great. And again, you pick up a couple of these and you just go right through and you do this. And what you're going to do is, like I did, you're going to figure out where exactly you want the thumb. So I'm putting this on, and you're going to figure out how far up you want to go to make the thumb. Now, I went up quite a bit because I didn't want a lot of bulk. So I only did a little bit. I didn't want a lot of bulk in here. I wanted just a little bit, but not a lot. And I figured most people do not want a lot of bulk in here. So it fits just nice and it comes around and it's perfect. So that's what I did. That's a suggestion. That's up to you, but you can go. And so you're going to sew right across. And you can use your own hand as a guide. If you have someone in the house that you say, oh, put these on. I want you to see what I'm going to do. And then let's see, you'll be my model. All kinds of stuff. So my husband is my model a lot of times if I'm doing something and I just want him, or I'll say to him, what do you think? And he'll say, oh, well, I think that's good, but, I would like it better this way. So now I'm looking to see how far I went, and I saw that this is how far I went. So you're just going to do it the same as I did that one. So I'm going to kind of keep going until I reach that spot where I know they're together, and so I see my opening right here. So I'm getting to that point where I am going to end this. So now what I do is, rather than cut that, which I won't do, there's my opening, I run the needle right along here. And I pull that up and through. And you can weave in all your ends later, which is what I do. And you can pull that right through. And then what you can do is you can go to the very top, which I did. And I pull it right through to the top of that stitch. And I just go right through And that's going to be weaved in. And now I'm going to go here and pull these two together. You may find a better way of doing this that you like better. That's fine. This is the way I do it. This is the way I like it. It works for me. But you may say, well, wait a minute, I can do it this way or that way. That's fine. There's no one way that's wrong or right. So there's my little opening, and that's the one I need. So that's perfect. And I'm going to cinch this up a little more to give it the stability that I want. And then I'm going to go in here one more time. See, and this is going to get worked in. Go in there one more time. And then I'm going to finish this off. I just want to make this so it's just one. So there's my opening that I like. And then what I do is I run the needle back in here because I want to make it nice and strong, and I run it right in here, and then I'll make my cut. I'll run it right in here. I always like to make sure that nothing is going to come apart, so I kind of give it a little bit of extra stability. That's up to you. You decide how you want to do this so that it makes it better for you. If you find another way, and then what I do is I go right up here and I weave this through. I weave my needle through. And weave it again. And then I will cut this. And then it's the side that I need it to be. And you can't even tell where your seam is because it's just really, really nice. And my fingerless gloves are ready for me to wear. So here's the other one. So you've made two, and they're, like I said, they're really, really pretty and really, really, really easy to make and easy to wear, and they're comfortable, and I really love them. And you'll see that you make them whatever size you think, and a comfort level that you think is good. If you want to make them a little longer, you can make them a little longer, and here they are together. And these are my fingerless gloves that I'll be wearing this winter. So I hope you liked this tutorial. This is Maria from CrochetAtoZ. They are warm. Like I said, I like this yarn, but if there's a yarn that you prefer better than this, that's fine. But these are the fingerless gloves that I like. And I really like this particular pattern. I have more coming your way on this and much, much more. So this is Maria from CrochetAtoZ. I hope you enjoy this tutorial and have a great day. Bye-bye.